Hey guys, this is our first build video that we're doing. I've done a review of most of the parts here, but just to go over everything, we've got a Shure GT Defense 2 case. We have an ASRock FM2 A88M Extreme 4 Plus motherboard. We have an AMD A series APU, which is the A10 7850K. We have some G.Skill Trident RAM, 8 gigs of it and 2 sticks. We have a 1TB blue Western Digital hard drive. We have a Shure Evo power supply. Now, I would just like to make one slight change to this, is we're not going to be using this Shure Evo power supply, partly because we're scared that it'll blow up and destroy everything, and also it doesn't have enough supplemental CPU power pins. So we'll get rid of that one. And we are bringing in a Thermaltake Light Power 700 watt power supply. And that's all the changes. Now, for building this video, all we are going to use is a small little knife for cutting stuff open and a screwdriver. Now, please note that an anti-static bag is not anti-static on the outside, so don't use it as a place to rest the motherboard. It's only anti-static on the inside. So the best place to do this for your motherboard is right there. That is the best place. Now we don't need the hard drive at the moment, so now we're going for the APU. I'm just going to install this quickly. You've got your heatsink and you've got your APU. Now, before we start, I want to open that up. With that being open, you can grab your chip. Now, if you can see on here, there's a triangle in the corner, and on here you should be able to see another triangle, and that's the way you drop it in. So here there's a triangle just there, a triangle here. And you just drop it in like that. You want to be very careful at this stage because it would suck if you bent any pins. Because if you bent one pin, the entire CPU is broken. You may be lucky enough to bend it back. I have been in the past. But if you bend like 6, it's just way too much time. Now, which way do we want this to go on? Doesn't really matter. So long as... don't want a hair on there. So long as it fits, so just put that bit on there. There is pre-applied thermal paste, if you're wondering about that. Okay, so that's on there. This side. Use a little bit of force to get it down. There we are. Then you just pull the lever back. Now that heatsink is nice, firmly in place. Very nice. Now, so the CPU fan header is right there. So just whack it in. There, done. Now for our memory, you want to check the motherboard user guide for the best place to put the memory sticks in the DIMM slots. For this one, it is A1 and B1. And each of them are listed here. So it's got DDR3 A1, so that's this first one. Open it up, just line the DIMM. It's not centered, the little spike, so you can only put the RAM in one way. So you can't put it in the incorrect way. You can only ever put it in the correct way. Just do that. Now into B1. Again, orientate your RAM correctly. Put that in and plug it in. And there we are. That's all the pieces that are going into the motherboard. Okay, so we just tap these two pins here to see if the motherboard powers on without any angry beeping. Seems to be pretty happy so far. First things first, we need our I/O panel. Now, to install an I/O panel, it's pretty easy. You just pop it in. Pop it in that way, so the little spiky bits are going inwards. Make sure you've got it around the right way and pop it in, like so. It is now being popped. Okay, so now pick up your motherboard that we have pre-installed our fan on. You can pick it up by the heatsink because on this there's a backplate pre-installed. And you pop the motherboard in nice and carefully. As I said before, the easiest way to plug stuff in is by making sure everything else is out of your way. So, probably that in there. Is in. Cool. Those are our PCIe. Don't want those ones, we want these ones for the power supply. And they can be plugged in right here. And that's it for the connector at the moment. Now we get to plug in all the motherboard stuff. So first up is our USB 3.0 header. We'll just put it in right there. And that's our audio and that's our USB. So USB can go in that one right there. Actually wanted to plug in there. And the audio can go right there. So, now the fun part. Got our power, reset switch, hard drive LED and power LED. Power LED. Yeah, well, first of all we'll do our power switch, which goes there, I believe. Power LED plus can go right next to them, like so. Hard drive LED go there. And our reset switch can go there. Now that looks like a lot of a mess there, so we'll do some cable management later. Okay, our last piece of equipment is our hard drive. And for this we'll reorientate the case so we can also get to the cable management. Okay, so we've done all the cable management the best we can, considering it is a very cheap case. That was quite difficult. We've got we just put an optical drive in, which is $20 from a shop. We've got our hard drive, everything's done, everything's ready. Now let's see if it works. There's nothing beeping angrily at us. It's on. Boot device. Reboot and select proper boot device. We'll insert boot media. That's good. It means it worked. Now, let us restart. See if we can get into the BIOS. I think it's delete F2 or F12. There we are. Okay, so we're in our BIOS. Now, processor speed is 3.7 megahertz. Cache is, as normal. We've got 8.192 gigs of memory, and they're running at 1600 megahertz. Now, let us try and change that. Overclock mode, auto. Aha. So we want it running at 2400 megahertz. DRAM frequency 2400. Yes, that is good. Exit. Save changes and exit. Yes. Yeah. The fact it turned on without angrily beeping at us means that it does support 2400 megahertz. So now we'll just install the operating system and run some benchmarks. Thank you for watching this build from us at An Equal View on Tech. This is our first one. Feel free to make any comments and questions. This isn't a proper how to build a computer episode. We'll be doing that later on this month or next month. So yeah, see you guys soon.